like Clark, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols, reaming my body.
Boruto episode 195. In typical Boruto fashion, they save the best for last. Kashin Koji actually invades the Hidden Leaf Village in search of Kawaki. Now this right here was absolutely insane for multiple reasons. Obviously on the surface, Kashin Koji, a member of the Kata organization, is now making their first moves, on the Hidden Leaf Village, and now we could potentially anticipate a fight between the Kata organization and members of the Hidden Leaf Village very soon. But the secret message underneath is the fact that Kashin Koji, while entering the Hidden Leaf Village, did not trigger the alarm system. Now if you guys don't necessarily recall, basically you guys should recall, because Kashin Koji basically broke it down in the episode. Kashin Koji said that if anybody that isn't necessarily from the Hidden Leaf Village enters the Hidden Leaf Village, it would pretty much cause a huge commotion, which is why he recommended that Delta herself did not enter the Hidden Leaf Village. Now Kashin Koji didn't have that concern for himself. He just entered the Hidden Leaf Village, and this right here means that Kashin Koji has something to do with the Hidden Leaf Village. Either Kashin Koji himself is from the Hidden Leaf Village, or Kashin Koji's possible parents or possible siblings are actually from the Hidden Leaf Village, and thus his chakra is native to the Hidden Leaf Village. Now this right here is absolutely insane. When this happened in the Boruto manga, everybody was going crazy with the Jiraiya theories. Of course, even before this, we thought that Kashin Koji could have possibly been Jiraiya, or possibly even been Jiraiya's child. Now, I'm not necessarily going to spoil anything, man, because of course this is an anime video, but manga readers basically understand the situation. But regardless, let's just go over some of the things that pretty much gets a little bit concerned or gets a little bit suspicious of Kashin Koji having something to do with Jiraiya. First things first, it basically started in chapter 16, or for anime readers, the same episode that Kashin Koji killed Victor, which was one of the first Kata members that we did see. Kashin Koji said that his fate is linked with the Hidden Leaf Village. We also seen the markings underneath Kashin Koji's eyes that looks eerily similar to the markings under Jiraiya's eye. Then we found out that Kashin Koji has a Rasengan, and we understand the only people that really have the Rasengan is people who had ties with the 4th Hokage. And of course, because Jiraiya had the Rasengan, of course, we would think that Kashin Koji having the Rasengan would definitely make sense, because he possibly has something to do with Jiraiya as well, or possibly even might just be Jiraiya himself. Now, not only that, we also found out that Kashin Koji has toad summonings, of course, something very native to Jiraiya as well. So when we get to this episode right here, when we have it confirmed that Kashin Koji's chakra is very familiar to the Hidden Leaf Village, now it's just adding to the mounting evidence that we've already had before. Now, not only that, it seems like Kashin Koji has some sort of intel about the Hidden Leaf Village that everybody else in the Kata organization does not have, and it begs the question, how does Kashin Koji know about all these things? Because in this past episode, Kashin Koji himself was breaking down the situation to Delta herself. Kashin Koji knew about the security details of the Hidden Leaf Village. Now this right here is even a mystery to the manga readers out there. We still don't necessarily know exactly how Kashin Koji got this information from the Hidden Leaf Village. It's very possible that Kashin Koji himself has a mole inside of the Hidden Leaf Village that's pretty much feeding him a bunch of information, and if that is the case, I'm pretty sure in the anime we'd probably weed out that mole that's pretty much feeding the information to the Kata organization. And not only that, it's also possible that Kashin Koji himself could have possibly been in the Hidden Leaf Village, possibly under a transformation jutsu, or possibly even just as himself, because of course we understand that Kashin Koji is an assassin. He most likely wouldn't get caught if he didn't want to be caught. That right there needs to be laid out in the Boruto anime, because of course as of right now in the Boruto manga, we have absolutely no clue how Kashin Koji knows about all this information as it pertains to the security detail of the Hidden Leaf Village. Now, pivoting from the Kashin Koji angle in this episode, I do want to talk about Kawaki real quick. Just to point out, this right here, in my opinion, is one of the best scenes in the Boruto anime, or in the Boruto series, period, where Naruto comforted Kawaki. Kawaki was feeling very flushed, and I'll get into why that was in a couple seconds, but Naruto in this scene was extremely comforting, went to Kawaki and basically comforted him, and then Kawaki felt like he was at home. When this actually did happen in the Boruto manga, one of the things that I felt that was super interesting was the fact that Kawaki didn't immediately pull away. We understand that Kawaki has been keeping his distance from Naruto, from Hinata, from Himawari, and especially from Boruto, but when Naruto went to Kawaki to comfort him, Kawaki did not pull away, which basically means to me that Kawaki is now starting to warm up a little bit towards Naruto and basically feel like he's at home right now in the Hidden Leaf Village, which is something very different from what Kawaki has felt throughout all his life. He didn't feel like he was at home with his original father, and damn sure didn't feel like that with Jigen as well. And if Kawaki in the future actually starts to embrace Naruto and embrace Boruto and the Hidden Leaf Village, we could look back at this particular scene right now and see exactly when that change actually started. But throughout this whole episode, it was basically a theme of Kawaki acclimating to normal life. It was a very difficult time for Kawaki because it's pretty much like a culture shock. I talked about this when Kawaki first went to the Hidden Leaf Village, like just something as small as having multiple meals per day, or even more than 2 meals per day. After Kawaki ate breakfast, he didn't know of any concept such as a snack. Like, he went and got a snack. Like, that was absolutely absolutely insane to Kawaki, and of course Kawaki now feels like he could potentially have friends. Of course Kawaki doesn't necessarily feel like that, but Naruto feels like that with Sada, and of course the Chocho a little bit. And then on top of that, what completely blew Kawaki's mind was that he was getting lunch on top of that at Ichiraku Ramen. But of course throughout this day it was not completely ups, there were some downs as well. One of the first downs that we did see was when Kawaki, Sada, and Naruto were walking throughout the village, and this right here was just interesting in itself, mainly because a bunch of people were saying hi to Naruto, obviously because he's the Hokage, but we understand that people who were the father figures of Kawaki didn't necessarily have the best reputation, so Kawaki seeing people pretty much idolize Naruto was something significant in itself. But regardless, Kawaki and everybody else were walking through the village, and the kid bumps into Kawaki. Kawaki's automatic reaction was to pretty much quote unquote teach him a lesson. Now me and you both know if Kawaki and Sada weren't necessarily there, Kawaki would have nearly killed that little kid. But just seeing how Kawaki reacts to certain situations like that just shows how different and how much of a culture shock this right here actually is for Kawaki. And not only that, on the more serious end, Kawaki also showed a certain level of post-traumatic stress. Of course, we understand that Kawaki had a very stressful young childhood, and in this episode right here, they show that to a T. Now, when this came out in the Boruto manga, I talked about how it doesn't necessarily show, or it doesn't necessarily do the scene that much justice. Now, in the Boruto anime right here, they did that scene so much justice. You actually felt what Kawaki was feeling in that particular scene right there. The OST, the background music, pretty much made this scene that much better, and of course, the way that it was portrayed, it was just that much better. Jigen looks like a scary figure. He looked like a scary figure, especially with Jigen's karma so activated. But moving forward, you could kind of expect from now on that Kawaki is going to be a little bit more at ease. Another thing that I was kind of worried about when this actually did come out of the Boruto manga, I didn't really want Kawaki to get a little bit too soft. You know, when it comes to actual anime characters, when things go like this, they tend to basically lose their way. And Kawaki, we understand, is a born and raised savage. We've seen exactly what he did to Gaara. We've seen exactly what he tried to do to that kid moving forward. I just don't want it to be a situation where Kawaki is now wearing pajamas at nighttime and pretty much drinking hot cocoa. I want it to be like a similar to how, you know, Sasuke progressed through his life. Of course, Sasuke didn't necessarily have a straight line progression of being extremely hard and going completely soft. Sasuke right now is still pretty much like a savage. The difference though is Sasuke is a lot more controlled than he used to be. Sasuke used to be completely out of hand. And I think that Kawaki should actually continue that same trend that Sasuke himself was on. But moving forward, I do want to kind of know what you guys think about Kashin Koji in the comment section below. What do you guys make of Kashin Koji actually having chakra that's native to the Hidden Leaf Village? And not only that, what do you guys think Kashin Koji's true goal is going to be while heading into the Hidden Leaf Village? On the surface, as I talked about earlier, and of course in the title right now, Kashin Koji seems like he's going to be invading the Hidden Leaf Village to basically kidnap Kawaki back from Naruto and the Hidden Leaf Village. But let me know what you guys think. It's me, your boy Baara, and we out.
It's a knife.